Another episode of Sipping Tea with Shols and Vee. We have a good show for you today. On today's show, we have Brixton streetwear founder Daniel. He's going to be telling us all about his brand he set up with his brother.
And also, we're going to be talking about the success of Supercell on Netflix, England in the finals, and the killing of 3 women in Bushy.
All right, so we're going to get Daniel up and ready to join us now. So, yeah, if you can join us, Daniel.
Hello guys.
Welcome, mate.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming in.
It's a pleasure to have you, of course.
We're really excited about you coming in today because we've had a lot of interest from people and they're excited. You know, they're going to be tuning in today, watching you. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Let's hope so. Let's see how it goes.
All right, cool. So we're going to get straight into it, Daniel. We're going to be talking about your background and inspiration. Can you share the story of how Brixton Streetwear came to be and what inspired you and Pete to start this venture?
Well, it was all an accident, to be fair. Okay. And it was my birthday. I was turning 40, and my brother didn't know what to get me as a present. But what he done is he had the logo made, and then basically trademarked it and give it to me as a present.
Oh, wicked!
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so I was wearing it, and a lot of my friends from back in the day, I used to DJ. A lot of them were like going to me, "Oh, can you get me something?" So I was getting it, and I was just giving it to them. I was like, "Yeah." And then one of my boys said to me, "Look, I want X amount. Can you get me?" And I pay for them, and I was like, "Yeah, well, you have to because I'm not buying all them for."
Yeah.
So he bought them off me, and then he said, "Open the Instagram. Everyone wants to post." What he done is he bought them and then just gave them out to all our friends. So the Instagram started. We had 150 followers
Look
at
at
first,
this. Yeah.
and then it just went on from there, and it turned into a
born.
brand. Like there was no intention to it to happen.
I like those stories.
No,
because,
exactly,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It wasn't an intentional success.
No, just
Almost by accident.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted a few of them, and then it became a business.
What tended to happen in the beginning, we were just rolling along. We got to the lockdown, so what we decided to do, because we know some of the boys in Brixton, so we know the soup kitchen, the gym, so Terrell and all them boys, and Solomon Moussard from Resole.
Okay.
We know them boys. So what we've done is we basically sold our items and give our profits to them, because me and my brother were still working.
Yeah.
So we were still buying the stuff and selling it, but all the profits that we were attracting was going back to different projects in Brixton. So whether it be
Brilliant.
them or we were doing other things like giving shoes away. Like I was collecting donations for Resole.
Yeah.
Resole's like a charity, shoe charity in Brixton, and I was out and about, and there was no one out on the streets. So there's homeless people out there.
Yeah.
And there's one of the brothers come up to me. He's gone, "Oh, have you got any money?" I looked down. He's got no shoes. So I had some shoes in the back which I had previously collected. Yeah. And I went to give him a pair of shoes, but I never had his size. So I took the ones that I had on. They're only my beaters for work. Yeah. And he was my size. So I drove on open a pair of 9s, and he had my trainers. But you know what? It's all part and parcel of the journey. You know what I mean? So that's how we started really blowing up, is because we started doing that, and we had support from them, and it's like a community support. So it was it just elevated us quite quickly. You know?
It seems like you've done a lot of good karma, so a lot of good karma's
That's
coming
it.
your
You've
way.
given and it comes back naturally without even looking for it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you do. Look, nothing's done with any intent for anything to come back. It was all purely done because me and my brother wanted to do it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was all based on like reintroducing me back into Brixton, because when my children were born, I went to work. I concentrated on business. I concentrated on growing my business all up. Yeah. And then my children got bigger, and then the brand come about. So I hit 40. And you think to yourself, 40 years old, you're sort of on your cruise, aren't you? You're on your way to sort of 50, and my life just spun around and it started taking off. You know what I mean? So like I was back on the road, talking to more of my friends, doing different things, getting music events going, all sorts of weird stuff happened to us so far, you know. So we got introduced to Soho House, which is a massive members club, and them things they're for artists and designers, and we got introduced to them through pure accident.
You see, and just grows and grows.
Yeah, so like it's just things happen, you know. Good, you do good, and things good come back.
And they do say life begins at 40, and that's when it seems to really start turning around.
Yeah. Believe me, like any youngsters having a hard time at 39, wait till you get 40.
And you're more mature as well, and you've been through things, so your business will probably be more successful.
Yeah, well, you got more focus on what you're doing. Yeah, you know, when you're younger, you're focusing on partying, enjoying this, that, and the other. When you're older, you're focusing on your life, your children, your family. Yeah. And like for us, me and my brother, it's family first. I don't care if I'm meeting the biggest star in the world. If my little girl needs me, I'm not there. I'm going home.
This is it. I mean? Family first, of course.
That's the way it goes, you know. And like in Brixton, we got a big family that literally is like extended. You know, so a lot of my friends that I grew up with, but they're still there and they're still within the community doing things. You know what I mean? So
nice.
Right, so I think you've answered it a bit, but how has Brixton as a community influenced your designs and your brand?
Well, Brixton has created me as a person. You know, before there was like the white yardies of this world, there was me. You know what I mean? So like, love to him. Yeah, big up for what he's doing. Yeah, right.
No,
But like, I grew up in like Brixton, and then probably in my sort of 10 to 11, 12, I moved into the Red Brick on Clapham Park Road, like Acre Lane.
Okay, yeah.
So I moved into there, and I met some of my lifelong bona fide friends, you know what I mean? And I was living like in their house most of the time more than in my house, and they were Jamaican.
Nice.
Growing up,
So
yeah.
then my accent comes from different places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like even back then, they used to call me White Yardie before it all started, and I was like, what the hell is this all about? Like, years later, you realise.
Yeah, the original white
That's
yard.
it, yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. But you know, I'm not going to take that accolade from him. He can have that. You know what I mean? I'm me. I understand. You know.
You were the original, but hey.
Yeah. No, I got to big up Gershon for that. Yeah, Majatanda.
All right, we're going to talk about business and community impact. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in growing Brixton streetwear from an idea to a successful business?
Growing it, well, every time you start something that's any good, people always want to go against you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yes, of course, yeah.
So you start something good
Yes.
with good intentions, and you tend to find that there's things along the way that you stumble on where there'll be people that don't believe in you, people that don't know you, and people that say things about you. And when they find out that you're who you are, or what you're trying to do is genuine from your heart, then they obviously got to take their words back. And I got to big up some of them because they come and apologise and say, look, yeah, some of them just never ain't even spoke to me ever again. But you got other things like bigger brands trying to squash you as well.
Of course,
So,
yeah, give you bad names
you know,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like for me, I own Brixton Streetwear, but I don't own Brixton. Yeah?
Right, yeah,
But Brixton
yeah.
is for us, for all of us. So that's why my main priority is to look after my community. And it ain't just Brixton, it extends to all over. Because I work with a lot of different projects as well as just doing what I do in the shop, you know.
Okay.
That brings us to our next question. So can you tell us more about the local projects and the organisations you support through your giving back campaigns, and how do you choose which causes that you support and that you,
I'll start with the cause I support. I support them because I want to, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And me and my brother, I normally talk to him, and the major thing about it is they can't be corporate owned. Yeah, so they have to be independently run by the community or by people from that I know from the community.
Right.
So I will help anyone in Hackney, Manchester, anyone that wants help. If we can afford to reach out to them, we will. So we've worked with likes of Mentivity.
Okay.
Yeah, so them guys are from down sort of like Burgess Parkway.
Right,
And they're blowing up big, and SACE is doing some big things within the police force to make them identify how to talk to youngsters and how to approach, especially young black men as well, because SACE is that guy. Yeah. Okay. So that for me is one of the biggest things. We work with Riso. Musa is an inspiration to me. You know what I mean? He's one of the ones that's put us where we are because he was the one that basically wanted to move on and give us his space.
Right.
So where we are in Brixton is like our space is like number one spot. Like,
right. Yeah.
And I got to just big up Riso for that and Musa. Solomon and the boys down at the soup kitchen. Well, I've known them since they were kids running around. Like, I see them. I never knew them personally to talk to.
Yeah.
I always watched them doing great stuff. So we give back to them, and we also donate like a lot of clothing and shoes to the soup kitchen when people donate them to us. The gym was another thing. Terrell and Fred and the boys down there, brother Ben. Before the street gym even existed, I used to see them working out in Brockwell, hanging off the scaffoldings on Acre Lane, Cold Harbour Lane. You know what I mean?
Terrell, he grew up. We grew up in the same place. He was a few years younger than me, but I remember him and his mum and siblings and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
South London, yeah.
He's good stuff, man. He's like, you know, look. When you meet someone, you can only genuinely take them for who they are, you know. And he comes in and he's always been the same with me. There's never been anything else, and you know, it's inspiring to see someone that's done something one way and then changed his whole life around to another way. You know, I've done the same myself, but my one was there was no social media when I was younger doing it.
Right, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that no one ever knows your real story about where you've been, what you've done, and who you're with until people walk in the shop and go, right, it's you, bruv. And you know, and then people walk past and they walk in and walk out because they've seen who I'm with and they're like, I can't believe who that is. Well, how do you know them? I said, well, we're boys when we were kids. And they're like, do you know who that is? I'm like, yeah, I know who that is. You know what I mean? But it's really weird how me as a person evolved like that. And Terrell, same thing. His life, I followed it on social media. Yeah. You know, and he's inspiring, man. You know, to go and be one with nature is one thing. You got to find yourself, truly find yourself to be able to do that.
Understand yourself.
You know, and the man's blessed in life. I think. You know, what I mean, he's just a good person. You know.
Oh, that's
Big
nice
up
to
to
hear.
Raoul.
Yeah. Okay, what's been the most rewarding moment of your feedback you've received from your community since starting Brixton Streetwear?
I think the shop.
Yeah.
The shop is we've got like all sorts from all different generations, black, white, upside down people. God knows what. You know what I mean? We've got everybody
Something
comes
for
in.
everyone, yeah.
There's something for everyone. Like we're like all inclusive. I don't judge anybody by whatever they do. They can come and be who they are. You know what I mean? Like and we've got like old people coming from the West Indies that have been here for like since Windrush coming in and saying you're doing good things, we appreciate it.
That's
And then
nice.
you've got youngsters coming in and buying a cap or coming in and go, yo, can we do our music video in here? Can we do this? And like we support everyone. There's no judgment about whatever you do, you know. So if you want to be part of what we are, that's my main one. I think, you know. It's been at the shop.
And it's nice that it's like a family-run business.
Yeah. Well, that there is in itself, like my little brother,
Yeah.
I can't big my brother up enough because this would never happen. Obviously, he designed it and he got the ball rolling on it. And for him, he's the main driving force behind our business, you know. Like without him, I'm not here. Without me, he's not here. You know what I mean? So we never grew up together. So he moved out of Brixton when he was very young. And then we met each other when we were 12 again. And then we met each other when we were 17. And then when there's no adults involved, it's easier to control your own destiny.
No, of course, yeah.
And me and him have been like Batty and Benj ever since. You know what I mean? So.
Do you lot sometimes just sit there and look at yourselves and think, right, like, look what we've done?
Do you know what? I don't even think we understand what we've done fully, to be fair.
No.
Do you know,
It's still hitting,
do you know what we do? We finish work sometimes there and we just go for a cup of tea around the corner and we don't even talk to each other. He's on his phone, I'm on my phone, you know. My wife's phoning me up going, where are you? You coming home yet? The kids going mad because I've got two little ones, that niece and nephew that I look after. They're my children as well, you know.
Okay, nice.
So I've taken them on and like me and him just have that 5 minutes to ourselves. And one day we'll be able to sit down and reflect on everything. But I think there's no time for reflection when you're trying to progression. When you're trying to progress in life, don't sit and reflect while you're still doing it.
This is it, yeah.
Let's try and get to where we want to be and to a position where we can actually help the people we want to and help our families as well. Because it can't only be about everyone else. It's got to be about your own family. And our families have suffered, sacrificed time and money because we've been doing other projects to help other people. But for me and him, that's majorly important. You know what I mean? So
I think that's so amazing though. Imagine from a birthday idea to a present and then all of this, you know what I mean? How many years later a whole brand has been born? It's really good. Yeah,
well, do you know what? So I think sometimes in life things just happen for a reason. You know what I mean? And I'm all about positivity. I'm never negative. Anything in my life has got to be positive. If negativity comes in, it's got to go. It can't be around. You know?
Holds you back.
People don't realise how much it plays on your mental health and your mental strength more than anything.
That's true.
You know, so I'm a great believer in that. So.
Yeah, I always say, don't tell me your problems, tell me your solutions.
Yeah, man, listen, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna nick that. I'm gonna take that.
It's trademark.
You know, well, the thing is when people come into the shop, I've got people that come in that shop and they've got problems in their life, you know.
Yeah.
And I try and just give them some like words of encouragement and the words of like direction. And like I ain't a genius at everything. I don't know what I'm doing. I can fix things. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can fix things and I can make money. Yeah. And the two things that I'm good at. You know what I mean? I'm good at looking after my children.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Whether I'm a good...
And your wife.
Well, I don't know about my wife. She wouldn't agree with you, yeah. But like, I've been with my partner 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
So like, when I was a tow rag on the street doing what I was doing, she
still
stopped by
finding
me.
yourself. She was there.
Yeah, she was there. She like, don't get me wrong. Like, we were at the beginning. It was up and down, in and out. I was doing all sorts of madness. It was only when my daughter hit this earth when I was 21 that things, you know, as a human being, you understand, especially coming from a big Irish family, you understand what is a priority. Like, my priority was the children. Yeah. So my daughter and my partner, and no matter what happens in our life between me and her, they will always be my priority.
Of course,
her and them, you know, because she's their mother, you know, and I love her. You know, I still love her to the same way today. I like pissing her off, to be fair. Sorry about the language.
Right. So how do you stay on top of like fashion trends, keeping people interested, like while you're ensuring that your designs stay true to the essence of Brixton?
Look back. Look back. Anything that's happening now has been done before. My sort of vibe is 80s, 90s. Yeah. I'm a hip hop kid. I grew up in that sort of era, reggae, hip hop.
Best era, really.
You know, so for me personally, you know what I mean? Like I remember the first hip hop album I ever got, and I went out straight away, and I was trying to buy myself a pair of Timbs and baggy jeans. And I had the puffer jackets, my hat back was bandanas. It's like all this stuff that people are doing now has been done.
This is it. Yeah. They don't even know this.
And,
Exactly.
And all we're doing is we're just
reviving it,
reaching back.
It goes
because a lot of them can't. A lot of people don't see what we see as children. You know what I mean? And where we grew up, like everyone's going, us the influence from New York. Yes, it was an influence from New York, but you got to remember you had the West Indians here before that. You know, you had the West Indians here, and the West Indians that were here were all still wearing the Clarks.
That's it. They had their own style as well.
The baggy trousers, the Larry shirts. You know. So like it's like me. I've still got 2 pairs in my cupboard. Like I've got a pair of black wallabies in there, and I'll wear them on selective days. You know what I mean? So, but like I grew up in that community, so for me, it's like my children grew up the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all my kids have always understood that where they've come from, what they do, and who they are. You know, my daughter works in quite a high-end job, and like when she walks in there, you know, they're absolutely astonished because she works in textured hair. So they're astonished. She knows what she knows. You know what I mean? 'Cause she's a pale white girl with blonde hair. You know what I mean? And they're like, what the hell? You know? But she is like on point. You know what I mean? So. And sometimes she goes a bit backwards, like a bit street, and they're like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? Where are you from? You're from Brixton? Yeah. So,
that's my hometown as well. I grew up in Brixton.
Whereabouts did you grow up?
Mansfield.
Oh, right. Well, I'm literally on like Old Loughborough, you know, between Dangertown and Old Loughborough.
Yeah.
That's me.
Watch these two now.
So we're right next to each other. I used to be driving around there in my loud. I got a black little Mark 1 Golf, like really loud. So I've had the car 30 years, so when you were younger, I was probably racing around. Because I used to have the shop on Brixton Road as well, and the glass shop with all the rusted pictures in.
Oh my god.
So that was, when I first started as an apprentice, that was my first job.
Right,
so.
Okay, nice one.
Jack of all trades, yeah?
I do so much.
Alright, what's your favourite piece from your collection?
My favourite piece is probably the black on black t-shirts, the heavyweight t-shirts. So this is what I got on there now. I literally love them, you know.
It is nice though, and the matching cap is nice.
Yeah, so like they're my favourite sort of things, and the caps, like I've always worn baseball caps all my life, so I'll probably go bald one day, but hey, you know, I'll put another cap on.
And it's not too loud, but it's enough. It works. It's nice. Do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes it's not too loud. It's all over black. You'd think sometimes maybe a little bit of colour, but it works.
Yeah,
it's
well,
nice.
we've got enough colour things in there. Like we got like pink on pinks, orange on pink on orange. We just do some mad stuff, green on greens. Because I like to flip colours on as well. So like I'll do a mad colour on a t-shirt, and people come in and something that really shouldn't work does.
Yeah, because everyone's style is different. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, like, you know, we've had different people. I've got a signal orange t-shirt in there at the moment, and it is like literally bonkers. It looks like you work for like the street sweeping team. But people come and buy it, and there's we got a DJ called Andy the Presenter. He come and done a set in there, then bought a hoodie because we had the same colour hoodie as it. And he's done a set with John B recently.
See it there?
And one of my brethren is in the crowd. He's gone, "Is this your hoodie?" And I'm like, but it literally is the loudest thing on stage. Like John B's in distance, and this hoodie's like bang.
That's
right
good
in the middle.
marketing,
it's so
right
good,
there,
exactly.
Man.
That's what you want to see. That's
Have
brilliant.
you ever been out and just been out and about and seen somebody in your stuff?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone up to them and said,
Well, that's
fine.
mine, yeah.
Well, I've been sitting in a taxi,
Yeah.
minding my own business at a taxi rank,
Yeah.
and someone's walked past and they've come back and they went, "It's you." And I'm like, "Who?" And they're like, you're the man off the internet. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, you're the man with the Brixton club. Oh, yeah. So then we start talking, and then one of them lift up their top, and they've got one of my
they're
t-shirts.
supporting. That's
you know what I mean? So like, I'm
nice
like,
to
"Where did
see.
you buy it?" And they're like, "Oh, we bought it online. My friend showed me." Or you know, and sometimes you'll be like driving along, and in the distance you'll see one of the hoodies come out, or you'll see someone walking along with the jacket on or something like that. So.
That must be nice to see, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
That does elevate things slightly, because where you just mooch along in life, and I'm working, I've got the kids and my brother, me and my brother talking on the phone or whatever we're doing, and we're talking about getting the business and doing this and that, and then all of a sudden someone just walks out in your t-shirt.
And they're wearing a t-shirt.
You know.
That's nice.
But we got sort of quite a big following in Brooklyn. We got a big following in Denmark.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So like a lot of like sort of like them places, like they come to the UK, they can't get the UK stuff over where they are.
Right.
So
yeah.
they come here and they come and buy like 4 or 5 t-shirts and a jacket and all sorts. And they're like, "When are you coming over to Brooklyn?" And we're like, "Well, we ain't got no plans of it yet, but if we ever open another shop, we would like to open one there, 2. That's it, done." You know
That would
what I
be
mean?
brilliant.
I think you should really look into that, boy.
Well, listen, we got to get a bigger first before we start thinking about that. I don't think my wife would be very happy me going to Brooklyn every morning.
Disappear for a couple of weeks for the business. Yeah,
I said, "Still, I got to go to Brooklyn." She's like, "Yeah, really? Okay, yeah." The problem is I probably spend all my money on trainers over there. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm a
To go with the
sneakerhead.
clothes, to go with the clubber.
I'm terrible.
Do you think you'll do trainers?
Eventually we will do a trainer, but
Yeah.
it will be based on a silhouette that I like. So
Okay.
like I was a 90s kid. So do you ever remember the Aqua Blues, the Adidas, the Toolsons?
Yes.
So that is my ultimate trainer. So I'll probably, if I'd done a silhouette, it'd be probably something very similar to that silhouette. You know?
And do you think that would sell good? Do you think it
I
would?
don't care. I want them.
Yeah.
The problem is if you want it, someone else wants it.
This is it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this stuff that I've brought out and I never ever thought it'd ever sell. And like it's just randomly we've done it and all of a sudden it's gone so quicker than anything we've got regularly.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
But would you, everything that you've designed and stuff, would you wear it, or sometimes you just do stuff and think, okay, it's not my personal taste, but I think it will do well?
yeah, like you've got to cater for other people.
Yeah.
This
You know
is
what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
So like it's like me, like I'm not really a great lover of certain colours. So greens was my big thing. Greens, blacks. I love green, black, white, off white, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's my colours. When it comes to sort of reds, blues, oranges, it's not really my thing. I'm not a bright coloured person. I'm
Right.
an earthy person.
Okay.
But we brought out a pink T-shirt and I will wear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've brought out an orange T-shirt and I'll probably wear that. But it's like as time's going on, my variety's changed.
It's adapting, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm doing things that I would never have normally done.
Yeah.
Because I will go in the shop and I'll buy a white T-shirt with with black writing on it.
Yeah.
And I'll literally dressed in black and white constantly.
This is
And then
it,
when
yeah.
I come out of my house the other day, like I've got a pair of sandy chinos, a pair of white Jordans with the gum sole, yeah, and I've got a black T-shirt. And everyone's like, "What? You've dressed differently?" I'm like, "It's only the bottoms," you know. But because everyone sees me dressed in black all the
All
time.
black, yeah. So
Because I've got the
straight
kids, it's
away.
easy. Because then that's get sticky sweets on
Yeah,
you, just
yeah,
wipe it
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
White T-shirt, I'm not picking no one up.
Yeah, yeah.
They must be proud of you, your family, like, you know, to see what you've done and.
I would hope so. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it's like I think because we just carry on going.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter always says it to me. My son's always proud of me. He's always posting stuff. Like my uncles and my aunties, like our mum and dad ain't here no more.
Bless.
So I wish that our mum would have been able to see what we've created.
Yeah.
Because like community was very important to her. She looked after all the young kids on the estate. You know, when they got into a bit of trouble, they were always around our house, and she always had time for them. You know what I mean? So for me personally, she would be the key one that I would want to say, look what we've done. I know
Yeah.
she's watching.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
but it's
course.
like, yeah, I'd like to think my family are proud of me. I don't know, but I hope so.
I'm sure they are. We're proud of you and we're not family.
No,
Thank
exactly.
you.
I believe
Yes.
they are.
Alright, so we're going to do a little personal and fun question.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with a designer or brand in the world, who would it be and why?
No, sorry.
I'll probably, do you know what? It'd probably be Bathing Ape. I think I like the idea of what they've done, the concept of opening like a community cafeteria and stuff like that. The brand themselves are really cool. And I used to have their watches and trainers back in the day, and like
Yeah.
they started off from nothing as well. They basically done what I'd done. They give half their stuff away originally, so
Right.
it's I think Bathing Ape would probably be the biggest one I like. And they're streetwear. They're like proper. Everyone from the roads had something with BAP on at one
Yeah,
time or
yeah.
another. You know what I mean?
Okay, so describe a typical day in your life as a cab driver and a fashion entrepreneur, and how do you balance both roles? Like, how do you juggle everything?
No sleep.
Oh wow.
I don't really sleep anyway. So like I've had this thing where when I was a kid, it was like I'd probably do 2 hours and then I'm awake. But I used to be out raving or doing
Right,
something I
yeah,
shouldn't be
yeah.
doing. You know what I mean? So I'll be constantly out. And where I used to DJ, I used to do sets 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Of course.
So I'll come
sleep
straight home,
patterns
go
are
straight
mad.
to work. You know, and then it's like for me, I start roughly 7 o'clock in the morning. At 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, depends on when the baby wakes up. So I get her ready. She won't let anyone change her nappy, so I'll get her done.
Aw.
I get the boy ready. Like he comes in, like he gets ready for school. Then I'll take the dog for a walk, and then I'm in the shop. So I'll start the shop. Like we've had a young lad come in and help us out, so I don't have to get there that early. But I'll start the shop, finish at 5, come home, have food, shower, changed, in the cab, work till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow.
And
God,
then
and
so-
every day like that.
So
Yeah, that's a lot.
some people could not take it, you know what I mean? But I'm not telling everyone what they've got to do, but
No, of course.
you know,
yeah.
success
That's you.
is only
Yeah.
as far as you want to
Yeah.
push it,
Yeah.
you know. And you know, so like for me, I know it ain't now; it's later. That's gonna thing, but I'm gonna probably work till the day I die because I'm just that person, you know.
I was gonna say you probably won't have to go as hard as time goes on. That hopefully you'll be able to lessen and spend more time with the family? Because obviously things would have done good, and you've set things in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the whole.
You can relax.
Well, the whole idea of it is it's not for now.
This is
And
it.
it's not for me.
For later.
Yeah, like it's like hopefully one day my children and my grandchildren will benefit from, and my brothers will benefit from what we're doing.
Of course.
You know, and there'll be one stipulation is that they got to carry on the same way.
Yeah.
There is no veering off that. People have come in, tried to invest in us. They want to move the goalpost on us. People want to change our prices on things because you should be more on this and that. I don't. Leave me alone. Let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's working.
If my kids step into the business, which hopefully one day, like when I'm gone and it's still going, hopefully that we're big enough to say, look, you have to do this. This is by all means you're gonna make money, but you've got to give back into the community somewhere. You can't just take everything.
This is it, yeah.
Are your children, do you think that they would want to take over the business? Have they shown any interest, or are they too young?
No, my daughter's she's in her mid-20s, but
Okay.
she's her career, she's flying. She's
Okay.
like she makes like wigs in the theatre, and she's proper up there. She works in one of the biggest theatres in London.
Right.
My son's an actor.
Okay.
So like he's gone through the drama school and he does what he's done. He's a typical lad though. He's floating around, nicking me socks, drinking the beer. He's out with his mates. He's got his girlfriend. He's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's like he's modelled for me from the start, But him himself, I think having your dad that's got a clothing brand, it's been cool for him because his mates are like, oh right, that's your dad. And,
Yeah.
for me, sometimes it's a buzz. I'd like to think he would do it, but. I think it's left on me and my brother until the day that it actually turns,
Cool.
Might have to put a committee in charge of it,
exactly,
but it's got to be a community committee, you know what I mean?
Do your kids wear your clothes as well? Do they?
Yeah, they do, yeah. So, like, my boy is a big advocate of it. He
wicked.
loves the style. Like, he's a cool kid, man. He's 23 years old. He's 6'5". You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's got the baggy hoodies, he's got the baggy jeans, he's got the Jordans. He walks around like Charlie Big Potatoes. You know what I mean? But my daughter wears our stuff. She's got a bag for work, and she wears the t-shirts and jumpers to work.
Yeah.
So they always represent. All my family do. So I can't take it away from them. They all wear our stuff.
They all help out as well.
You know what I mean?
Keep the brand alive.
Do the next one, baby. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the most memorable or funniest experience you've had whilst driving a cab?
One night I picked up 3 cross-dressing comedians and 3 midgets all at the same time. So it was the maddest journey I've ever had in my whole life. So I've had 3 guys that have big beards dressed as women, and then I had 3 midgets that were comedians. They were both on a show at the Vauxhall Tavern at the same time, and I picked them up.
Vauxhall, that sounds about right.
And I was nearly crying. By the end of the journey, I had a free comedy show for like half an hour, and I mean, literally, I nearly forgot to take the payment off them.
I was gonna say, did you get a tip?
Yeah. Do you know what? They were wicked. I said to one of them, I said, how did you come to it? He said, literally. He said, I was dressed up as a guy to do a comedy show. He said, I never got no laughs. He said, so one of my friends was joking around. He said, why don't you dress up as a woman? It might be a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So he did. And then, because he done that, he got a bit of social media content. And then he had other people that go, look, we're comedians and we dress up as well. And I'm like, well, do what you like, mate. So long as you don't want me to put a dress on, I don't care,
Okay, where are we now, Bea?
Looking forward.
Okay, looking forward, what are your future plans for Brixton Streetwear and any exciting projects or expansions in the works?
The expansions at the moment I'll put on hold until we basically make a greater foundation for our business and for what we're doing. There is bigger projects in the pipeline, and we want to do a fashion show within South London, a proper one. Recently we were going to do one which was on the schedule for London Fashion Week, but it never quite worked out the way we wanted it to. But we will continue to push and do a fashion show probably later on in the year, maybe November, if everything falls into place. So, but that will be in Brixton.
Good.
You'll have to let us know nearer to the time so that we can promote it on
Yeah,
here
of
as
course,
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, and lastly, any shout... hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Technology's
Yeah,
funny.
sorry. So lastly, any shout-outs or special mentions you'd like to give to people who have supported you along the way?
You jumped far down.
Hold on, what do you mean? Oh my God, sorry.
See, the mouse is scrolling too fast. They want to get rid of me now.
My bad. Hold on. Should I help you? Where are we? Okay, alright.
Quick fire round.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back, people. All right, so how do you envision Brixton Streetwear evolving over the next 5 years? Where can you see it going? Where would you like it to go?
Well,
Brooklyn for a start.
Well, yeah, I like New York. I like to do something out there with somebody out there. There's we had a rapper come in and do a video in our shop, and he's massive in the hip hop scene in New York. But I think trying to evolve our brand into making sort of youth centres. For like young, because when we were younger, we had youth centres everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like I was having a discussion with someone the other day about our wonderful mayor. I would say no more. But someone was trying to tell me how many youth centres they've opened. Now I live right in the middle of everything. I ain't seen no youth centres.
They're closing down around my way.
Yeah. So like you and I know. So the problem is with it when I was growing up, you'd have like so and so from this area, that area, and we'd all meet up at the youth centre, play table tennis, have a fight, have an argument, play football. But you knew each other. Yeah. The breakdown in the community is that we ain't got these spaces, and that's what I like Brixton Streetwear to sort of promote and get into. So we can, even if you opened a youth centre north, south, east, and west, and they played football against each other in a safe zones where they can meet each other and see that they're the same people.
This is it. Yeah.
No matter what colour you are, who you are, you come and play the game. You meet like someone from east, you meet someone from southwest, and they're all going to a tournament. Yeah. And all it is just getting these kids to basically know each other and not kill each other.
And have mutual respect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I find as well, even like when I see like on social media, if I'm scrolling and you see like these young guys that are in arguments together, and they'll be online talking to each other and they're laughing with each other.
Yeah, but for what? For what? Honestly,
no substance behind it. That's it.
Because they're actually getting along, but because they live in different postcodes or they're from different gangs. It's like they're enemies, but you're actually on here getting on and you're having a laugh together.
Because sometimes it's the peer pressure as well. Yeah, like you said, they're getting on, but for the people want to see argument and excitement. Do
you think people want to see everyone united? Do you know?
No, they don't.
Do you know what
United creates?
United creates a problem.
Yeah.
Because once everyone's united, then there's no problem for them to have.
This is it.
So for us as olders in the game, like you got like you got these youngsters coming up. Now I try and tell the kids on my estate, I turn around and say, this is my ends. Well, hold on a minute, what do you own?
Yeah.
And they
what have you put in?
There's nothing, this don't belong to you. They can move you out, or once you get killed, someone else going to move in. Who cares?
Yeah. They remember you, do you know what I mean?
But you and someone else might be the next, I don't know, person to create this tune, or you and someone else might be the next one to create a shampoo that makes your hair grow back. You don't know what can. There's something that's a breakdown in our communities, right? And for the young men and women, that they need to be able to bond together, because we bonded together. I knew everyone from everywhere. The only place I couldn't really go was Peckham because I was from Brixton. So that's the only place I couldn't really go, But that's because of the old banging your head together. But now Peckham and Brixton are. You know what I mean? As elders.
Yeah, see, they're getting on with it now, I
talk to guys from Peckham come in my shop all the time. You know what I mean? I love your stuff. I can't wait where I live because I'm Peckham. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Sad, man. It's really sad.
But it is what it is. It is what it is, But we've got that barrier's got to be broke down. You know what I mean? And I think that's a major thing we got to do is try to get the young kids and the young men and women, should I say, to basically know each other again, because that's where we're falling off.
Cool. All right, so from your collection, if you had to wear one type of clothing, we think we know the answer to that.
My black t-shirt, my black and black t-shirt.
So you could answer that already.
So what's that? What's your go-to karaoke song?
Yeah, what's your karaoke song?
My it'd probably be DMX, Ready to Meet Him.
Alright.
But I don't think you're gonna find out the karaoke. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my favourite tune of all time. So.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's no swearing in it, believe it or not.
Alright, pizza. Do you believe that pineapple belongs on pizza or not?
Yeah, it depends if you're outside or inside.
I don't do pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
I don't.
Me neither. In or out, I think it's off me.
Well, my daughter, she gets pineapple on her pizza, and sometimes I eat it, and I'm like, that's all right,
I have to pick it off. It's like I've got autism. I'll pick it off. Yeah.
When I'm outside, I eat margarita or pepperoni. That's it. So
yeah. Okay.
I don't eat no other pizza. And I'm a bit fussy with pizza as well.
Me as well. I prefer the oven one more to the ones out in the shops, to be honest. I do. I prefer the supermarket one. Yeah.
You've got a good Italian restaurant, a nice pizza.
They're good, for real.
I'm a stone baked pizza, one of them bougie. I'm the bougie pizzas.
I don't even like the deep thing. It's too crusty. It's too thick, man.
Too thick, yeah.
When we were talking earlier, you were saying about the pop-up karaoke or the people playing sets.
Oh yeah. No, in our store, the last Tuesday of every month we have an open mic night. So it's run by Logic and Real Deal Mike. So if anyone wants to get involved, they're more than welcome to hit up the Real Deal on Instagram. They find probably a link on our bio somewhere, and basically come down and just do your thing. You put your name down, and if you want to be a artist performing, then just get in contact with us or Logic, and we'll put you in touch with where you should be, and come down and do your thing on that night.
Is it shown live or is it recorded, and how does it work?
Well, we do record it, but we do a live feed straight away from the store. People come down and do their thing. Like we had Amy True last time, so she was amazing. She was wicked, man. Yeah. You know, we've had Too Bad down there, so we've had Logic in there as well. So yeah, we've got some really good people from that scene, from the UK sort of hip hop scene. That's nice. Wicked. We got 2 young kids coming in next time, so it'll be interesting, you know.
No, that's good. That's good. Cool. You mentioned something else as well, but it slipped my mind.
We've got comedy night as well.
That's it. The comedy night as well.
Yeah, the comedy. So that's normally the second Tuesday of every month. So like, we're missing out August because obviously it's holiday season, a lot of people away. Yeah. So we're going to start back in September.
We need to go down there, girl. That's why as well. We need to take a
we've had quite a few comedians down there. So like it's gone quite well. I was quite surprised. My brother's a bit sort of optimistic with things. He goes, yeah, I'm like, will it work? And he's like, well, we've got to try. And he tried it, and we had Quincy the comedian down there. Quincy's bad. I know Quincy. Me and Quincy bumped into each other. We went to an event. It was Freddie Newacker's birthday. Yeah. So I'm driving in. I got like an really old Volkswagen.
Freddie, as in Freddie Krueger?
Yeah, Krueger.
I'm going to try and get him down there as well.
Man. Yeah, Krueger, come. Message him. He's good, man. So I was going in. Quincy's coming out. He's like, what, the car? Mark 1 convertible, I'm like, yeah. And then next time I see him, he's on me, he's like, boom, yeah, it's you in the car. I say, yeah. And then he's just come down, he's supported us ever since, you know. He's a great guy, you know what I mean? As Slim as well, Slim comedian, he's another big one for us, you know what I mean?
My friend's brother, yeah.
I've seen him.
Yeah, he don't play, man. He represents really big for us, you know what I mean? And he's always sending us love, and he's always coming down and passing by, you know?
Yeah. So, what is the most interesting or unusual place you found inspiration for a design? In
my brother's head. my brother's really quirky.
The brains.
He like literally. He'll be sitting there and he'll say something, and you think, I don't know about that. So then we put it down on a bit of paper and we sort of put it together, and it works. You know, so like he does some mad stuff, like, and he'll send me a picture of something and go, I wonder if we could do that. It's like there's a famous picture of NWA in Brixton near the bridge. Yeah. So that picture there, right? Everyone uses it, but they're not allowed to use it. Yeah. So what we done is we contacted the main photographer, the actual artist that took the photograph, and we wanted to give a give back to Brixton Recording Studios, Jar Jar. So we asked him, could we use that image? You know. So we asked Jar Jar, said, look, would we be able to do this for you? He said, bruv, you can do whatever you want. So it's sweet. So this is what we're going to do. So we presented him with the first one that we've done, and we got the okay from the artist. So he sent us the original file. So our one's so sharp, it's like you could tell the difference between all the others, you know.
Right, yeah.
So we done that, and then we had DJ Yella from NWA message us. So we sent one out to Yella, and then Little Easy, which is Easy's son, he messaged us, said, look, can I get a t-shirt from my dad? Yeah, so we sent him that one, and then we sold 50, because it was hip hop 50, so we sold 50 of them, and all the profits went back to Jar Jar.
That is so good. Good. That's why your business continues to elevate, you know what I mean? Because you're giving back, and you're thinking of the people.
You know what? It's like anything. You know, sometimes it's like to us it don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? It's like we're doing is we're giving the capsule to take it forward. You know what I mean? So.
Love it, man. Love this.
I'm just reading the comments because DJ Dodd said we would love to work with you on YouTube centres and community relations. I think that's for you, Daniel.
Yeah, man. No, listen. Like, you know, all it is come down to the store or send us a message on Instagram. Like, please follow us as well because you see exactly what we do. You know what I mean? And like, this ain't about trying to promote my brand. This is about promoting the community and promoting all communities, not just my community in Brixton. It's spreading the word of everywhere because. Since we started, I've seen a lot more brands do a lot more. Because I was looking at brands and they weren't doing very much, and then we started doing it, and a lot of the brands started. Like, I'm not saying we were the catalyst for it, but we were one of the ones that said, like, this is what we're doing, and nothing's going to deter us. So we started doing it, and a lot of other brands around us, we started noticing they've done the same thing. So
you've inspired a lot of people.
well, do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? It's quite nice when you get a brand owner come and say to you, look, this is I've done this because of you.
Yeah, that's really nice, of course. Yeah.
And so so we've had a lot of artists as well, like different artists from painters to graffiti artists to rappers to dancers to tap dancers, musicians. I just got all of them. I just got to thank every single one of them that's come into my contact and all my brother's contacts. You know.
Oh, DJ Dodge said not just me, but Choice.
Sorry, but Choice FM.
Choice
FM UK.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Listen, we do something. Something's gonna happen. That the link's already here. You know what I mean? And we'll be able to do something. Whether or not you come do a live show down at the shop.
I was just gonna say the same thing. They could come to the shop and do a live. Me and Charlotte could even do a podcast from there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
you're more than welcome. Listen, just let us know. We'll make it happen. It's no problem.
I like the sound of that. All right, another question. If this you or me, sorry, I'm reading that question, I can't remember who's.
Where are we? Yeah.
17. You know. I think that is you. Okay. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
The one and only Bob Marley.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The one and only Bob Marley. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because you look at what the man's message was in life. Yeah. You got to remember when Bob Marley was turning Rasta, the Rastafarians weren't favoured in Jamaica.
Yeah.
They were looked down, and he changed the narrative of what a Rasta was. For me personally, the message he was portraying, I think he had to disappear off this earth because he was changing the mindsets of most people, race related, culture, the way he done things. He was very for one. He was for one thought and one love only, you know. And if anyone knows me, they know that like literally he's my iconic figure. I mean, the way he fought is the way I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was all about loving it and spreading that love.
Listen, do you know what? You got to remember, like, if it weren't for him, you know, some of the things that happened back in the day would never happen. The unity of the communities. You know what I mean? Because, like, look, they always want people to fight each other. It's like me as a white guy in Brixton. You know what I mean? I remember when I first started the shop, I got a bit of hostility from people that didn't know who I was. When they realised who my family was or who so-and-so was, they were like, oh, I didn't realise you were there. Yeah, because you got to remember, you got to break these barriers down to move forward. You know, and I don't care who you are, what you are. If you got time for me, I've got time for you, and we've got to move forward. You know, like my little boy, he's mixed. My daughter's partner, you know what I mean, he's from Jamaica. So my family's a mixed family. We're a blended family. You know what I mean? So it's not about, and my little girl as well. She's not my daughter, but like she's my niece, but she's mine.
Yeah.
You know, but like our family's all mixed up. You know, so like. Mixed up with One Direction. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like, it's a shepherd's pie and a jerk chicken on the
United Colours are bent on.
Listen. There's one thing that I think is beautiful is the little boy. He's quite dark, and as time's going on in life, I'm introducing him to different things in Brixton. We'll go through, we get a patty. I'll tell him this, tell him about the flag, I'll tell him this and tell him that. And like, it's things, he might not know it now or understand it now, but he's got to understand his culture.
Of course,
you know, I can't present all his culture to him. I can only present what I know. You know what I mean? But I know enough to know that he needs to know what it's about. You know?
Store,
Because you can't, you know, he's grown up in a majority of a white family. You know what I mean? But it's not a conventional family. Because we are. There's no judgment on anything. You know what I mean? So we love each other, all of us. You know what I mean? So. I'm going to show you a picture of him afterwards. He's so handsome.
Oh, yeah,
proper stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And so what advice would you give to an aspiring fashion entrepreneur looking to make a difference in their communities?
Never give up. Don't distract yourself from the direction you're going in. You know, believe in yourself. You know, a lot of people give up at the hardest times.
Yeah.
So the hardest times is when you're at the, you know, you could be digging for gold and you're like 1 centimetre away from that lump of gold and you give up. You know, don't do that. Just carry on going. I know it gets hard. I know it's up and down. I know the pressure on your family and your partner and everything that goes. But if you believe in it enough, then you will succeed. Yeah.
How can listeners support Brixton streetwear and the causes you're passionate about?
Well, what they could do is they basically give us a follow, see what we do. Like, don't just take it from me telling you like follow us. Like, it's about what we do and the projects we present. You know, you don't have to buy anything from us, but if we're doing a give back, please promote it. You know, so other people that will want to buy it can buy it, or that want to donate to the cause. Because we've had people come from Australia, from Jamaica, from America, and they've come into the store and they've gone, what project are you on next? And I'll say, like, I'm working with, I don't know, the gym this time. I'm working with the graffiti wall. I'm working with kids that are in trouble with the police. And they go, well, can I donate £20 or £10 or £50? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So that will get donated and we'll go straight to the next project. So whatever we make off the clothing that we've sold for it, that will get added to it and then go on from there. So, you know, we never ever put a just give page. We're not interested in any of that. I don't like promoting what I do. People go, you should put it up in your shop. I'm not interested in that. People want to know what I do. Follow us on social media and see what we do. Because the shop is a store. The shop is for people to come in, the hub, chill out, and you know. Yeah. And I know I could go and put all the things, all the accolades and the pictures up on the wall and say, oh, this is what we've done, this is what we've done, this is one, we've helped this one. Yeah. I'm not about that. I'm not about going to a homeless guy and going, look at me, what I'm doing. I don't believe in that. So I know you have to do it for people to see you doing it, but we're quite open on social media about what we do give, because people got to, when they invest in you, they've got to see where it goes.
Of course, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But in the shop, it ain't like that. You know what I mean?
Good.
Okay, and so lastly, any shout outs or any special mentions you'd like to give to any people that you've supported, that have supported you along the way, that you'd just like to give a little mention to?
Well, first and foremost, my little brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and my team. You know, we've got a good little team. A lot of the models are friends and family.
And your son.
and my son and extended family. But anyone that's purchased anything in our place, anyone that's shared any of our stories or any of our content, anyone that's been involved or in contact with me or my brother or Brixton Streetwear, you know, it's every little bit is appreciated, you know, and it don't go unnoticed. And sometimes now, because we're getting bigger and bigger, people coming up to me in the street, and I don't really know half the people that are coming up to me.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming sometimes, isn't it?
So yeah, like, and I'm not really one to walk up to people and just go, yeah, what you saying, like. Yeah. And some people come up to me and like, yeah, what you saying? And I'm like, you know, because back in the day, that was like, yo, what you got? You got something for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's on, you know what I mean? Then you got to feel, it's either you're in a fight or an argument, you know what I mean? So like, but it is nice, and you know, I'm not saying people stop doing it, but sometimes you sort of get caught in the headlights. You know what I mean? Because I've got my headphones on and I've got the baby with me, or I'm in the shop shopping with my partner.
Of course, and you're not thinking of work and stuff.
So, but you know, it is nice. I'm not going to deny it. And like, I think the price of doing something right and getting bigger is that people are interested in you.
No, of course. I mean, you're doing something good, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you ever have anybody be like, can we take any pictures? Can I get a picture of you?
Constantly. Well, I signed. Someone bought a hoodie. And I signed the hoodie for them because they said, look, this is going to be massive. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I'm sitting there drinking my tea, minding my own business. But yeah, you get people come past the shop all the time. They come from other countries and want to take a photo with you. Because they go, like, oh, we've seen you and you're on this social media. And, you know, when we come to Brixton, we've been told to come and see you and take a photo outside the shop. So the front of our shop's quite iconic. Yeah. So what tends to happen is people come down, they've seen me and my brother before, so they want to take a photo with us or chill out with us, or even just come down and listen to some music.
No, of course, yeah. It seemed like a whole vibe in that show.
Yeah, you go on social media and you laugh.
Guess the only thing I was missing was food, mate.
Yeah, we can sort it out. There's no problem, you know.
Couple patties.
Yeah, that's my go-to when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Beef and cheese, but yeah.
Yeah, go after my own heart. Okay. I always end up with a saltfish one for some weird reason.
That's my favourite.
Because everyone's taking the beef, that's why. So it's the saltfish that's left.
Do you know what, right? When I was like, there's a shop on Cold Up Lane. I've gone in there for 20
I think I know the one, yeah.
Like, blessed, right?
Yes,
The guy's a singer, right? But I go in there 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning when he's open, and I don't know why he's open at that time in the morning, but I go in there and say, you got any patties? And he go, yeah. And I go, right, can I have one? And he's like, yeah. You want it warmed? Well, I want it warmed every single time, so I don't know why you're even asking. But he does it, so he warms it up and he gives me it, and I don't even know what flavour it is. So I just get it and eat it because sometimes it's beef, sometimes it's lamb, sometimes
you don't even know.
You know, I just eat the bloody thing.
Most of them taste good still, but I think the beef is definitely my favourite. Yeah, then chicken.
Yeah, when you're hungry, you got to go. Well, back in the day, I used to go to the Best and buy a tray of patties and go around to the local shops and sell them to them. So you know,
he's an entrepreneur from back, from a long time.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. If it's on, Choice FM was round one corner.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. And the best was like literally 2 minutes round the corner. So I used to go from there, walk up there, and go up to Acre Lane. You know, sell them up there. Yeah, cool. It's good.
No, yeah.
Good old days.
Good old days. All right, Daniel, we want to thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Absolute pleasure. Lovely to meet you.
Before we go, do you want to just tell your socials for the people that are listening, and you know how they can contact you and all that? So just
Yeah. We're Brixton Streetwear on Instagram, Facebook. What's the other one? The TikTok.
Yeah,
YouTube.
We ain't got we got a YouTube, but we don't even use it because like I'm not very good at that anyway. So, but yeah, so all social media platforms we're on. If anyone wants to come down the shop, come down and see us. We're at Unit 57 in Granville Arcade, which is the old Brixton Market, Brixton Village.
Wicked.
You can't really miss us. We're normally playing loud music of some sort of description, and you just see my reggae ginger brother standing in the doorway, like skanking out. He does what he's I love him. He's so good.
And you said Tuesdays you've got open mic and karaoke on the last Tuesday.
Yeah, last Tuesday of every month we have open mic night. So come down if you're an MC, poet, singer. You know, put your name down, do your thing. You know what I mean? There's no judgment. Anyone can do what they want to do. All we ask is that you bring love. There's none of this badness, no bad mind things. It's got to be all love, peace, and respect. You know, so that's all we ask. And I do ask to try and keep the sort of language to a percentage.
Of course,
because you have got people walking past, and people do get offended, no matter what you say. You know what I mean?
And it's representing the shop as well. It's not really a good look, is it?
No.
But yeah, okay. So great stuff. It was lovely to have you down. Hopefully, we might even have you down again when you've got like certain projects or certain things that take off more off the ground, or like down the line when you can share a little update.
You never know. You never know. I might even come in and start MCing or something.
You understand? Yeah. You're more than welcome. One day you can come.
MC as well. We tried to convince her to go and be on the mic.
Too shy, man. Too shy.
When she's there in the background, she's there MC. I'm like, what should I do?
I used to spit bars to the man back in the day. The deep voice, and it's got to come in handy for something.
Well, you need to come down the shop and do it.
Well, I'm going to practice. Come down there and showcase.
Alright, people, thank you for joining us with our interview here with Brixton Streetwear. We're going to play
some music. Yep. And
again, Daniel, thank you for coming in.
Peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.